Welcome to today's edition of Student Lens. I'm Mariana Duarte, and this is a show where we look at leaders in action through the eyes of a student. Today's edition focuses on one of New Jersey's most energetic politicians, Senator Cory Booker. By shadowing Senator Booker, it is apparent that a great deal of time, effort, and commitment is needed to be an effective leader in the state of New Jersey. Catching up with the senator on a Saturday morning, we had a chance to discuss his pathway to service and how it not only influenced him, but also those around him.
I had two great parents who set a model of service for me, and they were very engaged in lots of activities and trying to create a more social justice. So for me, it wasn't about politics, it was having a pathway of service.
How did having parents that participated in the civil rights movement influence you, or how did that shape your views in political activism?
Well, profoundly inspired. I mean, you had parents that did some pretty extraordinary things, and their peers especially did amazing things. So growing up in that environment where my parents' friends all had stories of what they were doing back in the 60s, it became very inspiring to me and my brother growing up. So I think so much of who you are when you're an adult is about your experiences as a childhood and the environment that you grew up in.
What motivated you to run for Senate, and how is the race for Senate going?
Well, I tell you, I had the privilege of being the mayor of Newark for 7 years, and we were getting a lot accomplished, but there were a lot of issues on a larger scale that frankly were difficult to deal with on the local level because we weren't getting it done on the federal level. Mm-hmm. And any of us that watch Washington, there's too much partisan gridlock, there's too much fighting, not enough getting done. And I wanted to find ways to get things done for our community because I saw people struggling with not enough job availability, struggling with affording college education, struggling with violent crime issues. And so I knew a lot of these issues had to be solved at the federal level, and I wanted to take my own fight.
Senator Booker's fight for the students and the community was crystal clear to Stephen Stokes, a Passaic County Community College student.
And he really exemplified that today just by being here and fighting for us, the small people who can't actually do what he's going to do. They're in Congress, so he represents us, the people.
And when we start to realize that every individual small change in the aggregate adds up to big change, that gets very exciting. So as I stand in the United States Senate, I realize that no great change, civil rights movement, suffrage movement, you name the issue, workers' rights, never really was led from the Senate. It was led from the people, pushing first, demanding first, leading first. And so we've got to have activism and engagement in our larger community, and that's really what I'm committed to.
These types of public service, people like Senator Booker and Congressman Pascrell, I think anybody who sat through this morning understands. They want to know what's going on. They want to fight for us. They want to understand what the issues are, what real people's lives are like in this community.
Along with supporting communities, Senator Booker's sights are also set on the economy.
We're now experiencing in Newark our largest economic development period since the 1950s and 60s. In fact, 1/3 of all of New Jersey's development in commercial multifamily square footage is going on in Newark, New Jersey right now. That didn't happen because of an individual mayor. It happened because we pulled lots of people together, local folks, state folks, regional folks, to get this done. And that's something that I think has to be applied to our national politics as well.
How does your preference towards a grassroots style movement mirror your leadership style?
Look, there's a simple truth. The power of the people is always greater than the people in power. And we've got to realize that we as individuals have to get out of a state of what I call sedentary agitation, where you're just sitting down and doing nothing, upset as anything about what you see, but you're not getting up and doing anything about it. And I think all of us are far more capable than we believe we are. There's a writer who once said that the most common way people give up their power is not realizing they have it in the first place. Mm. And so I think that the people I most admire, the people that I think are great, great people are the ones that not have other people look at them and say, oh, look how great you are. That's like shallow celebrity. But real significant people are those that help other people understand and reveal to themselves that they too are great and important and can have an impact on the world. So, that's the kind of leader I aspire to be, which is somebody that gets engaged with other people who realize that they have power, they have possibilities, and they've got to get involved. And we have too much apathy and inaction and not enough engagement and activism.
It is apparent that being a leader takes great determination and resolve. Once again, I'm Mariana Duarte for Student Lens.